our podcast where we just talk about anything and everything and just kiki, have a good old time, spill all the tea.
All of it.
You know, anonymously, because, you know, we don't need no defamation suits.
We don't. We don't. We sure do not. We ain't signed no documents or nothing. So that's that on that.
Right. Okay. But no, so we're here to just introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about who we are, what this podcast is for, where we're going with this, and all that jazz. So I think where our stories collide is actually in utero, because our mothers met each other when they were pregnant with us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're literally like my oldest friend.
No doubt. No doubt. We had no choice in this.
We didn't.
We had no choice in this at all.
We had no choice.
So that's just where that's at.
So, as you were saying, we've just always known each other. We grew up together in a very, I don't know, we'll just say a very well-known church in the Seattle area. We'll keep it at that. We will keep it at that. And
check 1 2, check 1 2.
This thing on? Can you hear me?
Is it on?
So yeah, so we grew up together in church. Like, you moved away, we still remain friends. Like, we've just always been just tied to each other, and so just always. And
yeah,
we've always been those people that's like, we need a reality show.
Yeah.
So
basically,
here we are.
And I think that's important. So I guess tell us, like, where do you know, we have some sections. So, you know, we really wanted this to be like a family affair. So I guess I'll have you describe how we have this rolling together. Our segments, what we got planned, we have in store. You know, don't give all the juicy details away.
Not all the details. But
yeah,
we're definitely here to just share ourselves with the world. I think that we have very unique experiences together and separately. And we wanted to do this that's in a way that is true to ourselves, that would be a way to inspire the girls, to kiki with the girls, to represent the girls, because we're Black women, honey. There could never be too much representation. And ever. I think for us, I think it's like, we can be Megan, we can be Cardi, we can be Cash Doll, right?
Right.
But we can also be like Michelle.
Right.
And like Auntie Maxine.
Right.
But we can also be like Tamala Mann.
Right. But we can also be a Viola Davis and a Kerry Washington.
Right,
you know,
right.
There's so many levels.
And I think we definitely want to share with the world that Black women are not one note, and that we don't have to be one note. And I think that we are two Black women that kind of take what we've been raised with and be like, fuck this. I don't want to do this no more.
Right. I'm going to try something else. Let me tell y'all something on that, because I think that's such a good point. I changed majors my sophomore year, and I didn't get into my schooling because for me, it was just like, I got it. I'm good. I'm done. I'm not even working in the field that I went to school for. So it's cool. But I'm here, right? You know, so it's like, you can change and it's okay. Like, it's so okay to change your mind. Like, it's really okay. That's all I have to say. Yeah. It's okay.
So I do have notes, but I was like, okay, so representation, obviously to share our experiences, to encourage everybody, and to share our voices with the world, especially me, honey, because I was voted, I don't know if you know this, I was voted in high school most opinionated.
I never would have guessed.
I don't know if you know that or not, but that's what happened. And I also would like, for us, I think you know my friends, you know my wife, like, you know me. I think we together, like, we have the most conflict. And it's like, it's not ever like an argument, but it's like we disagree on things a lot.
Yeah.
But like we never like take that to heart. Like there's some things where you're like, what the fuck are you thinking? And you're like, bitch, what are you thinking? I'm like, not the way you're thinking.
Which is okay, but it happens a lot more than you would think.
Right. And I think as women, as Black women, we're not necessarily shown how to disagree with other women and not let that be something that's a problem.
Right.
And I think what we're going to show people is that it's okay to have different perspectives, and it's okay not to view things the same way, and it's okay to still be friends.
Right.
100%. And it's okay. Right. And also show that through our different opinions, we're learning from each other at the same time. Yeah. So, and it's like what you were saying, it's okay to change your mind. I think humans in general, especially when they get to our age, because hey 30, how you doing? What's poppin'?
I'm creeping up the corner.
I think people in general have a really big problem with changing their own idea of who they think they are. And I think with us and our relationship, that's never like the case. I think because we've spent so much of life being friends together, that's just not.
Especially because we've seen so much growth and change in each other. Like the way we were, obviously when we're kids, you know, like we're young. But even from, you know, kids to teenagers to adulthood to seeing you get married to seeing me go through all the fuck boys, which we'll get into. But I'm just like, you know, all of that progression has still put us in a place where we can still run, you know, side by side, right? We might not go the same pace, we might not go in the same direction, but we're still together. And I think that's really important to highlight, especially with, you know, women friendships and Black women friendships that we don't always see, right? Like how many women friendships do you see that last 30 years? You know what I'm saying? You know, on two coasts. I've been in Spain and you've been in Florida and I've been in Seattle and I've been in South Africa or whatever it was, and we're still coming back, like nothing happened. And I think that's so important to note. Like this podcast is really, it's for the girls. It's for the girls. It's for
the girls, honey.
It's for the girls.
So let's get into how this podcast is going to work, okay? Okay, so the structure. We are going to start each podcast with just what we like to call the pre-funk, okay? If you're from the town, you know. Before the party gets started, we gotta have a pre-funk, okay? You can't arrive to the function without getting pre-turned up, okay? So we're gonna have a pre-funk section, and that's just gonna be what it's gonna be. You know, whatever we decide that day is what it's gonna be. We're gonna have a monthly topic of discussion, and each week we're gonna go through subtopics of that. We'll get into what February is gonna be about. Yeah. And then at the end, we're gonna do my favorite part, which is the soul food section, where it's just a moment for us to just encourage, uplift, just affirm the girls, okay? Affirm and lift up the girls.
It's for the support. We gotta get some support here, some support.
Because through everything that we do, I want to encourage the girls, honey, because we need more of it. And I'm here to serve it to you.
Yeah. In that, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you. So for February, let's just tell them what the topic of February is, and let them know what the next episode, our first official dip of our toe in the topics. What's that going to be?
So February, you know, people usually like to think of February with love and romance. We're not talking about all that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Okay, we ain't talking about whole faces and fuckboys. Okay, we're gonna talk about it because we've all been through them. We know it. They're there. We've experienced them, and we want to get into it. So we will. You know, within all that, we gonna sprinkle in some tea, right? Because we gotta have some time for the tea. Take it back, sip, ooh, little tea time. So in that, don't forget, you know, we have a little sprinkling of some tea. So if there's something that pops up in any of our, you know, in between our segments, and we're like, actually, I remember that one topic I was beefing with somebody on Twitter. I gotta bring that up. You're gonna hear about it on our little tea time, all right? And it's usually pretty hot. So that's how we're gonna, you know, get this started. You know, we're catching. I mean, well, she can't catch flights. None of us can really catch flights. We're in a Pangea, but safely, we will be catching flights sooner rather than later. Let's hope. Not feelings, but we're gonna talk about some fuckboys, all that stupid shit, you know, and going through a whole phase. If you haven't gone through one, if you want to go through one, the one you thought you went through, but you really didn't because you ended up getting married. Oh, we're gonna talk about all the things.
Look, it's going to be very spicy because, like she just alluded to, I got married during a whole phase. So we gonna talk about it.
Someone fumbled the play. We're gonna talk about that on our next segment, our next episode.
All right, y'all. We gonna see y'all next week, next Thursday.
Right. Every week, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Thursday for the girls.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at SeattleitesInTheSouth, spelled the same way here somewhere, right? Also, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel and listen to us on all podcast platforms. All right, y'all. We love y'all for real. All right?
Peace, love, all the above.
Peace, love, and Afro Sheen.
So this our podcast.
Oh wow, that sounds country as hell. Can we do that? This our podcast. This our podcast.
But is that not the point of the podcast?
Girl, get your shit together. Get it together.
I feel like it is together. Is it not together?
Okay.
Fine, you do the introduction to the introduction for the introduction.